What we gonna do right now is go back, way back.
Give me your friend. Hey, hey, come on, come on, come on, give me your friend. Hey, hey, big girls like to do the round, fat girls like to do the round. Fat girls, let me see you grind. Fat girls just doing their own thing right there with the fat thing. Fat girls just shaking them thighs. Fat girls don't make it count.
Excuse me.
Baby.
What's up? I thought you was gonna start hanging out with the big girls again. What is all this trash?
But you like that girl, hit the ground, hit it up, and you hear that sound sound. Fat girl just looking so sweet. Fat girl don't make it deep. Fat girl just shake it, don't break. Big man, let me see you do a spin. Let go, let me see you touch the ground. Shake it out, shake it out, back down. Drop me in the house, burn it all back. Work it, work it, work it, work it, big girl, 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 big girls like you around. Fat girl keep going, don't quit. Fat girl just move the damn hip. Fat girl get down, don't stop. Fat girl wanna see the pop. Shake it, stop, fat girl, shake it fast. Fat girl, nigga wanna see that. Fat girl bounce like a pro. Fat girl don't know what you know. Fat girl shake, see you rip through what? On the web, that's hard part two. Looks in the house, y'all know the game. Fat girl don't have no shame. Shake that back, bounce to the beat. Fat girl shake it, jiggle at me. St. Louis, back to the top. Like I like to do the rap. Work it, work it, work it, big girl, 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 big girls like do the dance. Hey, 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 mo, hey. Let me hear you say, hey, 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 mo, hey. Big girls like do the dance. Shake, work, work, shake, work, shake, work, shake, work, shake, shake, work, shake, shake, work, shake, work, shake, work, shake. To the ground, to the ground, to the ground, to the ground.
Now sick of this. Now I want to show y'all a real show with the big girls.
Oh, fat girl, fraud 3. Can't hang with 100% beat. Fat girl, know the happen, don't quit. Fat girl, run like you own it. Put your hands on your hips and grip it. That new, I'm gonna look like it off the now. Fat girl, bring the crew to top the ground. If not, I'ma pull the business down. Fat girl, bounce hot and stop tripping. If you do, get chicken and hot bitch. With a lot right, come to the night speed. I really shit, get the dead in the way I cheat. Bounce fat girl, show the boys a shot. Let me see if it's fat or not. Don't put fat girl, y'all like the damn let you out. Let me see y'all do the rap.
I'm sick of it. Where you are, not the damn hour. Oh, not the Britney Spears. Hi, how you doing? Oh, but I ain't the little leprechaun. Girl, your knees are so up. You look a mess. All about the big girls. What about the big girls?
Big girl, work it, work it, work. Big girl, work it, work it, work. Big girl, you done suck all the fat off your ass.
Yo, what up, y'all? Welcome to another edition of the Uncle Luke Show podcast. I'd like to thank you guys for being here today. We're going to have a beautiful show. It's Wednesday. I'm getting back to schedule. Even though I'm running in Congress, I'm getting back to schedule. I'm going all over the great district of Congressional District 20, and I'm going out there shaking hands, babies, and talking to good people and having a beautiful time. But I'm getting back to schedule. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday right here. We do the Luke Show, ladies and gentlemen. And you can see it all in its entirety by going to my YouTube page, Uncle Luke TV on YouTube. Or you can also go to my Facebook page. That's Uncle Luke fan page. And check me out on X. That's Uncle Luke Real One. As well as Instagram, Uncle Luke Real One. And we're on Twitch also. And I love hanging out with the good people over there at TikTok, 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 TikTok. We're not live on TikTok. I don't know how to work that function. Maybe I'll get some engineer when I start making some money and have the engineer put us in the mix and show us how to go live on TikTok at the same time. Be like Don Lemon or somebody or Joy Reid. I love Joy Reid. Shouts out to my girl Joy Reid. I had a great conversation with her last night. I love Joy Reid. I fucking love her. Why a Joy Reid off MSNBC when everything else is boring? I mean, you keep Al Sharpton with a check over Joy Reid. Al Sharpton, the glorified, in my opinion, what they call him, a snitch, FBI double agent against black people. Martin Luther King wannabe. Let me leave Al Sharpton. I'm doing black on black crime, and I'm the main one talking about don't do black on black crime. Leave Al Sharpton alone. Yes, I will. Okay, I will. You know, hey, how many of y'all like me? Like, I'm doing this Congress run, and I be like, getting ready to hit sin, motherfucker. Hey, I be getting ready to hit sin, and I don't see it. Sin. It is, I don't hit. If y'all can only imagine the things that are in my draft, I keep it for my sanity. Let me just keep it and leave it in the draft. At least I fucking said it. And now hear me, the man, the free speech guy, not hitting sin when I want to hit sin because I want to be politically correct, even though I'm the free speech champion and all that and some, but I don't hit sin on certain things. So I'm gonna just keep it a buck. There are things that I'm like, look, boy, you mother, I'm gonna get their ass. And then I'll be like, okay. Shit, I was riding in my district. I was coming from Wilmore. Shouts out to all the good people at Wilmore. I mean, had to be about 3 black people in the entire crowd. Wilmore, another community that I've discovered, is in Coconut Creek. Great community, great people ask great questions. I was sitting up in there yesterday, and them people were sitting there looking at me like this. I was like, oh shit, I'm going to Debbie country. And I did my research on Wilmore and things that they want to talk about. I was like, oh, shit, now. Oh, look at just getting good. You're up in here. You've been talking to all these black people in Congressional District 20 because it's 55, it's 70, it's 54% African-Americans and 20% white people. Oh, shit, now you are going to talk to the white people now. Hey, back to back, 2 days back in the row. It's like Palm Air, Wilmore, but I love both groups. And those, they are in our district. They're in my district, and I will serve them the right way, which is not a problem. But those folks in Palm Air, they were looking at me. They was like, "Yeah, we fuck with you." You know what I'm saying? It was like, but them people in Wilmore, they were looking at me like. I was like, oh yeah, this is definitely DWS country right here. Hey, and so I'm like, okay. I said, okay, is that what we doing? Is that what we doing? Is that what we doing? Okay, let's go there. Let me just address the elephant in the room. Let me tell you all. I know this is, I ain't say predominantly white crowd. So we know where we're at. Let's talk about where we're at right here in this country right here. And everybody in here with these democratic values that we all have. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. Well, the elephant in the room is the fact that I went off and I pushed hard like nobody on this panel here against Hakeem Jeffrey, which I love him to death and I want him to be the Speaker of the House when we take over the House. But I'm going to tell you like this. You all hold the responsibility of the crashing of the Democratic Party here in America, not just in this district. So you elect the white woman. Every black man in America, well, most of them are going to be like, oh, Democratic Party ain't no different than the Republican Party. Shit, they had a real brother like Uncle Luke running, and they let a white woman take the seat of a black congressional district, and the black Congress, the Congressional Black Caucus, said nothing about it. And the white people voted the white lady in, and they say, fuck y'all. So what's the difference between them and us? And now we're going to sit home, and then Byron Donald is going to win the governor. All the black people going to sit the fuck home. They're going to sit home in the midterms, and you will not win the House nor the Senate. Boy! And I was telling them that. I told them people that. At Wilmore, I told them that in their face. So if you play these games and vote down racial lines, you're not going to win anyway. We're going to win. If you play these games and vote down race, and if God allows this lady to fuck around and get in there, what's going to happen to black men? They're going to really, this is going to be major confirmation. This is going to be major confirmation that the Democratic Party gives a rat's ass about African-American men. Yes, I said it. They're going to say, oh, they don't care. That's why I'm telling all of my young people, I need my young people who gave up on the whole fight in this district, who said, fuck this politics, I'm going over to independent. Independent is not independent. Look, right now, we got a chance. We got a chance to change the world. Because if you elect me, if I go to Congress, I'm not going there with being on the Homeboy Network, because the black people there have already shown me that they have no backbone. The Black Caucus showed me that it's all about a party. A fucking the Black Caucus party where you go and be entertained and bullshit and run around like chicken with neck head off, like y'all really doing something. It ain't really about black people. They've shown that. But I will be the person to go to Congress and say, no, we're going to caucus and we're going to defend and we're going to support African Americans. It's not, you got a whole goddamn black caucus of people, and the leaders say, don't say nothing about that race in Florida in 20 because she's one of our friends. Hell, no. No. You think Mega will sit down and allow some Republican to say some slick shit about Mega? Oh, your ass won't make it to the midterm. They'll let the chief executive involved say, I don't like him. Fuck that. Nobody votes for him, and I'm going to support the other candidate. That's the difference between Donald Trump and Hakeem Jeffrey. Hakeem Jeffrey could have came straight out and said, I'm supporting Luther Campbell. Fuck that. I don't believe what she's doing. We're not going to be hypocrites here in the Congressional Black Caucus. We're not going to be hypocrites. If we're going to go after Republicans in Tennessee, if we're going to go after Republicans in Alabama, if we're going to go after Republicans in Louisiana for gerrymandering a map and taking control and taking our black seats, this is us. We're here to defend African Americans first as the Black Caucus, or have the Black Caucus lady do it, not dance around the fucking answer. Oh, hello, Miss head of Black Caucus. What did you have a conversation with Debbie? What did you do? Well, you know, tap dance, tap dance, tap dance, tap dance. We had next question, and they already know. See, these politicians know how much time you have in an interview segment. So if they take up the time, you really have 30 seconds to 1 minute and 30 seconds. So if they bullshit like, the weather outside is sunny, and we're just trying to get through the weather. They know it's all bullshit. They're just trying to bullshit, and then the man be like trying to push back, and it's like, oh shit. Well, we ran out of time. We'll talk to you about this shit another time because we didn't really get an answer. And da. That's people. Let me do the Michael Jackson, take my hater blockers off. I gotta take these glasses off. My eyes really. I've been working too hard. Hopefully they're not bloodshot red. I do not take any drugs or anything like that. I don't even drink alcohol. I just drink juice. That's the only problem I have. Juice, ginger ale, and Coca-Cola. Juice, ginger ale, and Coca-Cola. That is my problem. Yeah. So people, I told them people at Palmyra, the white people over there, I told them white people over there at Whitmore, the same thing. I'm like, this election is about you. The savior of the Democratic Party is about you. It's just like you say, when I take my ass up to Washington, Philip, and I go to Washington, I'm going there guns blazing, boss. Literally, I am going in there to work and going in there to bring back the money. Because that's what it's all about. If you ain't about bringing no money back to your district, what the fuck are you doing? And then I already know what I'm dealing with. I'm dealing with a bunch of black members that playing like they're part of a group, but they don't stand on nothing. I walk up in there like this, say, okay, all right, I'm going up in there. Hey, Mr. Campbell, I'm going to be cordial. I'll be cordial. I'm going to be nice. I'm going to be freshman. I'm going to respect the game. I'm going to respect the fact that those individuals know how the game go. But I'm going to say, I'm going to always hold that. I'm going to always hold that against them. They're going to have to show me 5 times that they're really all about black people. They're going to have to show every black member of Congress, me going in there, they're going to have to show me 5 times how that they really give a fuck about black people. Because right now, I don't see it. I'm sorry. I don't see it. When it's time, when you, it's like friendship. What do we tell? I tell you, you can tell me all day you love me. Luke, I love you. Luke, you're my friend. You're my best friend. But when there's an adverse situation that happens, like I lost my house, me and my son is sleeping outside, and all of a sudden there ain't nobody picking up the phone. And I called my friend, hey man, what's up, man? Oh, you know, like the lady, like the head lady of the Black Caucus. Well, we gotta go here. A real friend is, and a real friend of the community is the person who does what? Who jumps out there and be like, hell no, we Black Caucus, fuck that. This fucking white lady right here, and we screaming on these people about taking black seats. No, fuck no. Hey, look. We're going to have a conversation and we're going to say this and we don't like her. We don't like her, but we ain't even got to say we support Luke. We ain't even got to say that. But Donald Trump, you got to respect him on that. Donald Trump is like, no, this is my fucking guy, right? Fuck him because he's a sitting senator, but he's going against everything that we're about. We need people that we're going to support. That's the difference between Hakeem Jeffrey. You're the leader of the Democratic Party. You want to say, I'm the leader of the party, so I have to be fair and impartial to all members, even the white people, the fucking white people. Some white person in there could have grown some nuts. Where's LC? Where's Jazzy Jasmine? You still in there, Jazzy? Jazzy dancing. I don't give a shit. If Jazzy loved the other lady in the race, would you just say, no, we fucking with her? But the leader of the party, the leader of MAGA is Trump. And when a Republican gets out of hand, Trump comes out, get another candidate, and run that candidate against their ass, and they end up losing. And that's how it be. And he goes publicly. That's the part that we don't have. No nuts. The leader of the party, hey lady, what you gonna do? You're the leader of the Black Congressional Black Caucus. White people ain't allowed. Republicans ain't allowed. So you're the leader of the Congressional Black Democratic Caucus. And you don't say nothing. You dance around it because, no. What America stands for? Hey, look, we defend ourselves foreign and domestic. Foreign and domestic enemies. You're an enemy of the African-American community and you're trying to gerrymander a map and all that shit. And so I sit here today and say, You better pray that white woman don't win, because that'll be the crashing of the Democratic Party. All black men right now, we already on the fence. We are the protectors of our families and our houses. We know how this party has fucking forgot about us. That's why I'm running. Because black women need support. They need help. And I think it's by design of the white people in the Democratic Party to disenfranchise the black man, to say, oh, push the black man out. We'll deal with the LGBTQ community and we'll deal with the black women, but we don't want to fuck with no black men. I said it. Let's keep it a buck. So we'll disenfranchise the African-American man and we'll push him to the side and we'll pick up everybody except him. So then now you lose a race, and then now you got Orange Man trying to appeal to the black man because he knows that the black man has been left behind by the Democratic Party. And so he's fucking he's giving everybody in America a party. Instead of going and getting all the ex-football players, black men, hey, come on over here, fuck with me. Let me get a check. You get a check. You get a check. You get a check. Y'all don't see the game. You don't see the game. You don't see the play. And then here's a black man, Luther Campbell. Fuck that shit. I'm the last of the black men of the Democratic Party. I'm trying to save this motherfucker. I'm trying to save it. I'm going to run. Fuck it. I'll lose money. I'll make the sacrifice. And it all sets up perfect. It was set up perfect for the Congressional Black Caucus. It was set up perfect. It was set up perfect. That now you can show us that you really fuck with black people. It was set up. It couldn't have been no perfectly set up for us to then say separation. Oh, you white people ain't gonna say nothing. Well, we gonna support our goddamn people. Because I can tell you one goddamn thing. If they run up in, we all support Israel, which I don't have no problem with it. When it's their cause, they want everybody to stand for their cause. When it's their cause, they want everybody to stand for their cause. But when it's our cause, when we're being disenfranchised, nobody's there to stand up, not even our own people. What the fuck are we doing? I know they're praying like, Lord, please don't let them people, please don't let them young folks come out there and vote. Please don't let these people who got mad at the political process to come out and vote. We just need this race to be about super voters, seniors. We need the separation of the vote. Please don't let these Haitians vote for Luther Campbell because he's the only person in this race that's going to fight to protect them with TPS. Please, Lord, please, this is what they're praying. Please, Lord, let those people vote for the Haitian lady. Please, Lord, let the LGBT community vote for the young guy who's LGBTQ. Please, Lord, let them. Please, Lord, let Debbie get her white people voting, a little bit of black people. Please, Lord, let this dude Dale, who is another checker pass and things going on. Please let anybody but him. Because if he come up here, he's coming in with guns a-blazing. Guns a-blazing. He coming up here to burn this motherfucker down. Because if there's a white person, Democrat, get out of hand, like this lady getting out of hand, oh, I don't need no motherfucking black caucus to tell me to shut the fuck up. For free speech. Ain't damn person in Congress, in the black caucus, went to the Supreme Court fighting for free speech. I would be the one. You think I'm going to be silent? Oh, you can talk all that jazzy shit when it comes to Trump and them catchphrases when it comes to all that. But where's the principle? Let's stand on business. Are we really standing up for the black people? Are we really doing that? Let's stand on principle. Let's make it happen. Talk to me. But then again, that's where we at. That's where we're at. I'm having such a great time, ladies and gentlemen. Luther Campbell for Congress. Make sure you go to my website, www.luthercampbellcongress.com. I'm having such a beautiful time running. I'm having such a beautiful time going to them communities and explaining to the people how important this election is and that the world is watching. I say the world is watching. I've been on CNN damn near 4 times talking to the world. And the world is watching Congressional District 20. Are we going to end up like Memphis? When Ford Sr. was the congressman of a black congressional district, and Ford Jr. was the congressman for the black congressional district, and then a white guy came through there and they then bullshitted and gave him the district. And now you see what we got, what we dealing with now. I love the people of Memphis. Shit, I'm going there in a few weeks. I love Memphis. But you got to understand what the fuck happened and how we got to here and how we need to straighten it out. It was some coons running around with the white man and said, put him in, and then he there go to the neighborhood. Y'all get ready to try to do the same thing here. I'm taking my shot. And I'm offering my services to the great people of this district and this country. I'm here to fight because I can tell you one thing. You go up in there and they say, well, Luther, how do you feel about a Democrat, a white Democrat running in a traditional black district? Oh, hell no. She need to go sit her ass down. Take me like, hold on. That ain't what the Black Caucus, that's not the line. That's not the line that the Black Caucus said. We need you to stay in line, Luther. Stay in what fucking line? I'm like, stay in what line? What line? Well, they're going to stop you and they're going to not put you on no committees and all these things, and they're going to not let you get the money, and they're going to not let you do this right there. Okay. Well, that's what I'll let the American people know. Because I stood up to the white oppressor, which is in the Democratic. Do you know it's more racist motherfuckers in the Democratic Party than it is in the Republican Party? At least they're going to tell you they're racist. Not going to be politically correct. They're not. You're correct. You are not sending me to Congress to be politically correct, to go with the same old. Sick and tired. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. I want to get off this podcast and take my ass there and fight for the people. Getting tired of this shit. I did my research. I was like, well, Luther, before I started running, I said, okay, all right. I want to bring resources into the community. I want to create Black Wall Street in the community. Well, what can I do? Is there money? How can I do this? How can I do this? How can I create jobs? How can I increase the affordability and increase the amount of money that people make it in the district and create Black Wall Street in there? You know, I started looking at the research of Congressional District 20. I was like, where's the money? Is it available? How can I bring it in here? $5 billion is available for port expansion. $5 billion. That's why when they look at my plan here and they start talking about it on the campaign trail, I put this together because I did the research. I go around to these communities and talk to them about it. $5 billion is available for infrastructure, jobs, and port expansion. When I started out, I had 2 ports. I was going to redevelop the port in Riviera Beach and this port here. You know who was responsible for these ports? The lady I'm running against, Debbie and Jared. I'm not running against Jared, but they could have fucking expanded these ports and got $5 billion in federal funding to expand these motherfuckers to create more high-paying jobs built by Black people for all people. Got everybody a job. They did shit. So I'm like, okay, how much money do I have in housing? Because I want to do affordable housing. Everybody's crying about the affordable housing bill that Donald Trump signed. No. There's a bill. I have $1 billion in my hands. I got $1 billion for affordable housing in Congressional District 20. Damn near $1 billion fucking dollars. I'm saying it right here on this podcast. You do your research. But are these politicians talking about this? Fuck no. I ain't going up in here to be playing with these people. My job is to go get the money. I keep talking. I'm going to get the money. So if I'm sitting there talking about, I go and be talking, yeah, look, I'm going affordable housing. My plan is built by us, for us. That's the Luke plan. The Luke plan is called built by us, for us. What does that mean? Built for black people, for black people, by black people. Okay? Yeah. You can't trick it. You can't really say, okay, you're going to get the contract. Look out for these people and make sure that they are in line to get these contracts. You can create systems because what normally happens is we'll win the contract. But you know what normally happens? We can't get a bond. And so when you can't get a bond because the white people know, the Spanish know, you get the contract, but you can't get a bond because you need a bond. If you know anything about construction, you need a bond in order to be able to what? Get the contract. It's got to be bonded. It's like the bank got to back you. Like, yo, we got you. And these banks don't back black contractors. That's how black contractors have to then give their contract to Julio Raimondo. Julio Raimondo bond the job, and the black guy, he gets peanuts. He won the bid, and you think that he really is the person who's spearheading the job, and he really got the job. Oh, we gave the job to a minority. Yes, he did win it. Bob Swinger won it, but Bob Swinger ain't the one doing the job because Bob Swinger couldn't get bonded. And every freaking person that's elected know that's the case. So you know what? You eliminate the bonding part of it because then you put part of that money is going toward getting our fellow African-American contractors bonded. So you can be the federal government, can be the bank, or you just go partner with blockchain. Hello, because they desperately wants to be in the district. See, I ain't playing. I'm not playing under no circumstance. I'm really on that bring the money back to the district. So here we go. We got seniors struggling with the insurance and the rent, and they need relief. The insurance and the property taxes, they're losing. They got their money. They're retired. The house is paid for. My house is paid for. I'm retired. So, okay, house paid for. I'm retired. I got a little retirement check coming in. I got to put myself on a fixed budget. But now the fucking eggs done went up. Now the grocery done went up. Now gas went up. Now insurance went up. Now property taxes went up. Oh shit! I gotta go back to work because you only retire when you getting your retirement check and it's okay, it's fine. My house paid for, everything is paid for. But now they get ready to put your ass back to work. They get ready to put you back to work. Why? Do you have when you go to the Publix and Winn-Dixie and all these stores and you see the old people bagging the grocery and shit? The old people, they got to make ends meet because they got high-ass homeowners insurance, high-ass groceries, high-ass gas, high-ass cost of living. Then ate up their retirement money, eating up they trying to gut the damn they got to pay for their own dental. Medicare, Medicaid, they're trying to gut Medicare, Medicaid. They got the fucking prescription drugs is out the roof. Some of the stuff these prescription drug companies doing is criminal. Absolutely criminal here in this country. You think people had to go through that same thing in Colombia Y'all go over there in Brazil and y'all go get all your little breast implants and implant this and implant that, teeth implant, all that shit in these third world countries. Why is it so cheap over there? And why is it so high in the greatest country in the world? Make that make sense. That's because the people you are sending who's supposed to be experienced to Congress are screwing you. Because those same people, the insurance companies, whether it's health insurance or whatever it may be, they stand to profit. Nobody is working for the people because all these fuckers are profiting off of us. The same shit that third world countries go. You got people going to get BBLs and every kind of L and teeth jobs and dental implants and all this shit that we have here in America, and they're going overseas to get it done. Why is it so cheap overseas and it's high over here? The same thing. It's because our elected officials are taking the money from these corporations and these companies to then do what? Price gouge the American people. And I want to tell, I want an experienced congresswoman. My ass experienced to keep fucking you. Yeah, I said it. They're going to call me and say, Luke, stop with the vulgarity. But I get passionate about this. I'm passionate about this. It's more. I get more passionate about it because I'm going in the district and I'm talking to 93-year-old ladies and 110-year-old ladies, and they're telling me that the people about to take their property. These people that laid their body down for this country and laid their body down for us. You got veterans, can't get veteran services and all this. Some people know, and then the other ones don't. They didn't fought for the country, and we just fuck them. Really. And it's real easy. Hey. Mosey your congressman ass over there. Put you some shorts on and walk on over there to you got a district. You can run around this damn district right now talking about you want votes. Shake hands and kiss babies everywhere I go. Whether it's Palmer, where I don't care wherever I go, they say, what's your level of transparency? Hi. My life is a book. Okay, will you come back to the community and you talk to us? I'm like, why are they asking that everywhere? Did the last congressperson did not come back to talk to y'all? And I'm mad at you. Over there in Coconut Creek, that's where Jared Moskowitz was. And then over here where the other sister was, they were like, are you going to come back and talk to us? I'm like, hell yeah. Why wouldn't I talk to y'all? I need to come back and talk to y'all because we got to do this shit together. This teamwork. I'm like prime time. I'm not hard to find. They question every form. I'm like, why is that on the list? But then I know I'm a smart guy. Because when people ask a question about something that they're concerned about, that means they've been treated bad. That means the elected officials did not come back to the community and have a conversation with them. That means they neglected them. It's simple. We got too many ways of communication right now. Hey, Palmer, all of my association presidents, we're going to do us a conference call every whatever the fuck it is, once a week. We're gonna get on here. We're gonna talk about what we're trying to do, what we're getting ready to do, and what you need and what I need to be doing, and all that there. Hey, and then when I get in the district, here's my calendar. My calendar is I gotta be up in Washington. These are my days in Washington, and these are my days I'm gonna be in the district. Now, y'all know I gotta go and I gotta be with the family, and this is my time because I'm here to serve. I'm here. Once I took this fucking job, y'all are in my life. This ain't about me. This ain't about me. I can go to one day at Jazz in the Garden because other days I need to be over in y'all garden. And so now I'm here to serve. That's why they put a life for me. These people get these jobs and they don't even come back to talk to these people. So these people are asking this every form. And I'm like, I don't know. Do I need to slit my wrist? Do I need to tell you? No. Anything that I've been a part of. I've been front and center. Whether I was coaching football, front and fucking center. I'm there. I'm every day down there to make sure this shit get done. Make sure the field get rebuilt. Make sure the contract is done. Make sure we got the right turf company. Make sure the park get done. To commissioner after commissioner after commissioner. Make sure this shit get done. What are we talking about? $250 million for seniors, insurance and relief for the cost of living. That's how much is available. So why my seniors that I'm going to talk to are sitting there talking about, I'm getting put out of my house. We're happy that you came by and you fed everybody and you entertained everybody. Fuck that. My seniors are going to be happy. And every other congressional district in the United States of America be like, they have the ball because it's going to be like Christmas every day. We ain't dealing with no turkeys and toys and shit. Then it's like, Luke, how you going to create some jobs? Well, I'm in the entertainment industry. I've created too many millionaires, and this is too fucking easy. How about this? The dumbass state of Florida doesn't want to give a tax credit for the entertainment industry, yet and still they want to let Atlanta and New York and all these other places and Louisiana collect all the money for the entertainment industry. When meanwhile, we got this pretty ass sunshine, we got these beaches, we got these palm trees, we got all these beautiful people here, but yet and still, we can't come up with a tax credit, but I can come up with a federal tax credit. I can come up with a federal tax credit for the entertainment industry, production, jobs. I can do that and throw in about $250 million. 45-50% tax credit. We got big parcels of land that I'm going to have the Army Corps of Engineers drag that shit. So now, what are we talking about? I'm giving you the Luke plan. I ain't playing. You think I'm going this shit just to play around with these people here? So now we get to the kids. Let's get to the kids. So what are you going to do to save some of these kids' life? Because these kids, they're brilliant. When you coach kids for over 20 and had a youth program for over 35 years like I have, these kids are brilliant. Right now, if you don't know how to work your phone, what you do? Give it to a kid? So let's just take that. You give the kid your phone. If you don't know how to work social media, what you do? Give it to the kid? Why? Because these kids are very smart and intelligent. And if they love something, they'll get involved. Look at the little young lady. God bless her soul, being unalive. The little young lady Bree, out of our district. Praying for her family. My condolence goes out to her family, and anybody that's injured in these kind of. This young lady built a name for herself on social media. She built a name for herself. Would you like it? Just having fun, just having fucking fun. Just having fun, built a name for herself, built economical wealth for herself. People started following her, people started liking her. She was transitioning into being taking her platform and becoming a artist. She's doing a song and everybody's singing a song. Do you know how difficult it is to go into the studio and make a record where people like it? Do you know how difficult it is to create a person, get a person with a personality for other people to gravitate to like? That is difficult. That is very, very difficult. If that was so easy, everybody would be doing it. Half of y'all sitting on here right now, you do a fucking post and you get one like and you're mad because you ain't got another one. But this little young girl and all these other young people are on here like the Speeds of the world, and they're creating avenues through these platforms that they presented that they never gave us any education on. These kids never got education on this. These kids never got education on how to work in marketing, how to market yourself on social media. They're finding it out there, doing it on their own because we're so fucking brilliant as a people. We will always find a way. So, Luke, how much money you got for the kids? apprentice, tech, trade, $150 million. Oh, yeah, it's $150 million available. How are you going to implement that, Luke? Shit, we going out to the parks. We're going out to the schools. We're going to partner up with the school district. We're going to say, hey, we're going to put the trade schools back in here. We need to teach some of these kids, some of these. We're going to partner up with other corporations that want to come into the district and do the work and to be able to help our kids be the best and brightest. We can do that. If we can do it with football, if we can do it with basketball, if we can do it with baseball, we can be the best and the brightest in the country, in the United States of America. We can do it through Texas because everybody ain't playing sports and everybody ain't going to college. We need to be able to have avenues for these kids to do what? Be able to make a living, making good money, not working at the McDonald's. You sitting on the social media, we talking about, oh, we got mental health issues. Our kids sitting on social media looking at this shit. And like, oh my God, they're making all this money, they're throwing all this money, having a beautiful time. How do I get there? How do somebody help me? And ain't nobody, because the school system is test here, test there. And they got a little 27-year-old teacher, no disrespect to the teachers, but I like Miss Brown. Old Miss Brown, who know the game, who know how to teach your ass and who will put you in check and know when you're trying to be New York City slick. You need to have a combination of Miss Brown in there with the young teachers. Everybody too quick to get rid of Miss Brown. Let's get rid of Miss Brown. But Miss Brown know the game, and Miss Brown know how to tap that ass when you getting out of hand. I got $100 million for small business. $100 million for small business. So if my homeboy CC, he's doing good. He wants to do some improvements to his restaurant. Luke, I want to do some improvement to my, hey, we got $100 million. We got $100 million. Improve your restaurant. Improve your restaurant. Hey, over here in Tamarack, there's a Jamaican restaurant over there. What is it? Kitty? Boy, that shit, I'm telling you, that food good. That food good. When you go to a Jamaican restaurant and you order brown stew chicken and you have the white rice with the gravy and you could taste the coconut in it, oh, they cooking. They cooking. This ain't no bland. They cooking. They cooking some real Jamaican food. So all these restaurants and clubs and all these businesses in Broward, and I'm gonna tell you. I've been living in Broward 15 years. Y'all know my Miami dude. I'm taking my services to Broward, but I'm still helping my program in the city. I'm helping my entire state. I'm helping the country by doing this. But I'm going to tell you, Broward, Congressional District 20, we got clubs, we got restaurants, we got culture, we got everything. Some areas in South Florida don't have no clubs. They don't have no culture. There's clubs, there's restaurants, there's businesses, there are homeowners, there's thriving community. This $100 million going to small business, do you know where that take them at? See, but again, the career politicians, this is not on their, they know that this money is available, but this money that I just went down, the $5 billion for port infrastructure, port expansion, the $1 billion for housing built by us for us, the $250 million for the seniors, the $250 million in the entertainment and the tax credit for production and jobs and things like that, the $150 million in trade and tech for the kids in the school, the $100 million in small business, that money is available. But if they gentrify the neighborhood, who would get it? Who would it be available to? All this, my plan is to create Black Wall Street. Y'all thought I was just playing? My plan is to create Black Wall Street. So how do you do that? even with the cost of living going up, even with the high cost of insurance, you attack the insurance issue. But you create high-paying jobs in the district where people can afford to stay there. See, because their game is to make it where you can't afford to stay there. So you combine that with crime, and you create this high cost of property tax high. You create it by the jobs, gas. Okay, hold on. Let me just make gas up, grocery up, homeowners insurance up, jobs still the same. You're still getting the same amount of money, but all the cost of living has went up. Plus, you got people riding by shooting up the house next door. So the cost of living just went out the freaking roof. You can't afford to live here. There's no Fortune 500 companies here. So you can't go there to BMW because they got a big old BMW plant. Oh, no. You can't go over to Mercedes because Mercedes Corporation is here. We don't have that. What we have, what we are a service industry community. South Florida is service industry. Why are they calling me on these phones? South Florida is a service industry community. That's why it goes to TPS. It's like, okay, so make this make sense. And I didn't even mention it. Make this make sense. So you're going to get rid of all the Haitians. Let's make this make sense. You're going to send all the Haitians back to Haiti. You're going to go to the Supreme Court, rigged up court, and you're going to get the ruling to take these people temporary status away. Now, two things with that. The experienced congresswomen are supposed to be the ones who are going to fight to keep the people's status here. But what happened to the experienced congresswomen? Why in the fuck they deal with this before it happened? They know it was coming down the pipeline. Why didn't you get with these people who are on temporary status and say, look, you need to get a work visa. Let's create a pathway for one, you get a work visa, and a pathway for you to become a citizen. So if some crazy ass orange man get into the White House and say, we want to revoke temporary status and send you back to a war country, then you'll be protected. That's one part. That is your elected officials, the representative failing you. These same ones, y'all sitting up there talking about got all the fucking experience. Oh, Luther don't have the experience of going to Congress. Well, Luther do not have the experience of bullshitting people under no circumstance. Luther do not have experience in stealing money. Luther does not have the experience in gentrifying a community and taking away African-American jobs and hiring the cost of living so the people can then move out of the district, and then for you to then have your multi-million-dollar homeboys to come in and purchase all the property for low fucking cost. No, I don't have that experience, sweetheart. Under no circumstance. But I have experience in doing what? Making young men and young ladies millionaires, showing them the way, creating programs. But this is crazy. So let's make this make sense. So you got Belgrade, Pahokee, South Bay. Who's in the field picking the crop that supports the entire country, mainly the southeast part of this country? It's Haitians. So now you go round up all them Haitians and send them back to Haiti. Your fucking grocery prices just went up. Who's gonna be out there? Who's gonna be picking it? That your grocery prices just went up. Who's gonna cook the food over there at Prime 112? This is a service industry. All the Haitians are the ones cooking the food. All the Haitians are the ones who are making up the beds. So you're getting ready to crash an entire industry in South Florida, even Mar-a-Lago, they got Haitians in there cooking them motherfucking food up in there and cleaning up that place. So you're getting ready to crash an entire South Florida, fucking around. You get ready to crash the entire economy of South Florida because you want to be talking about, oh, we're going to fucking throw the Haitians back to damn Haiti. Really? Y'all better go check. You walk your ass through these airports and see who's working in these counters and see who's working in the back and see who's cleaning up the place. You better go look over there, go take you a ride down there in Beverly Hills, in South Bend, all these places. You want your money. You think your produce is high now. You think the cabbage is high. You think the goddamn tomatoes is high. Send them people back. And you ain't got nobody, and the crop go bad. Oh, they ain't got nobody to pick it. Oh, so you got a plan to put black people back out there? Y'all did say that. We'll put you niggas back out in the field. That's where y'all belong. What? Really? Oh, better yet, we just put y'all in jail. And part of your working program is to go in the field because the jails are privatized. So we're going to send the Haitians back. We're going to put more black people in jail. And part of you getting time off and how you make money for your commissary is you're going to go out there and pick the produce. Meanwhile, I'm not experienced. I digress. Let me get myself together. Because none of these things that I just mentioned off and all this money available, but they don't want it available to us because I just, in my economic plan to bring more jobs and more money into the district, and that's not with the partnerships of the people who I'm going to bring in here. I was on the phone this morning all night long with a friend of mine, big movie studio guy, a couple of them. I was like, hey man, let me ask you something, man. Y'all interested in can I cut a deal with you guys? Can we do something where we create a tax credit? And so if you had a tax credit in South Florida, if you had an opportunity for the federal government to put in X amount of money for you guys to bring in studios and make and educate and put people to work from my district. We know how the unions come in. The union is going to make sure our people get, union pay, which is high pay. If we could work together on something like that, will you guys be interested? Hell yeah, Luke, shit, filming in Florida. Right now, we got to go film in Puerto Rico, and we got to go film in places that look like Florida that gives us a tax credit because it looks like Florida. They're literally going and filming in other parts of in other countries that look like Florida because Florida has no tax credit. I said, well, my tax credit is going to be like this here now. You're just going to be bringing people in from out of town and getting the money. No, my tax credit is going to be determined how many people you employ. The biggest amount of the tax credit you'll get is based on how many people you employ from my district. So I mean, you're going to have to start educating our people. So the gaffers, the grips, and all these things like this. And then some of your cameramen and all that shit going to have to move down here in my district. And they're going to have to pay taxes in my district. They're going to have to buy a house. They're going to have to be a part of the community in my district. That's how that's going to be determining how much of the tax credit you get. No, you're not going to bring no people in from California and New York and all these places. They're going to hop on a plane, come down here. You're going to get a tax credit. You get your ass back on the plane. No, we ain't doing that. Because this is all about the economic growth of an entire district, circulating a dollar within the community. And that dollar is not some $15 hour job or some living wage job. No, I'm talking about creating some real money jobs. Do you know what the... But you got to have vision. These politicians that's going around talking on these things, you hear them start talking about, I was about to fall out my seat when one of them started talking about port expansion. Motherfucker, you was the mayor. You ain't never talked about no port expansion. Because port expansion is the combination of the county, the city, the county, and the federal government. How much money you got? Until I started talking about it. Then the experienced lady never even thought about it. Expanding the port to create more jobs, to create more economic growth in Congressional District 20 in Broward County. I am so fucking good. I am good because I don't get into things just because I'm looking for a title. I go right now anywhere in the United States of America and sell out a 10,000 seat arena and make me a nice chunk of money and go sit down and go to the park and I can go on tour. I stopped a 29 city tour to do this. I literally stopped a 29 city tour to try and get a job that's going to pay me $170,000. Anything I make over that, I got to go to the fucking ethics committee in Congress to say, hello, I'm going to do a show and there's no funny business. And can y'all authorize this show? Make that make sense. That's a sacrifice. I'm willing to make that sacrifice. And that's my whole point of doing this. Why would I stop my YouTube? I'm not stopping on YouTube. No, this is transparent. This is transparent. This is a transparent congressman. When we go to Congress, we still gonna be transparent. We're gonna hop on this motherfucking YouTube. We're gonna do us a show. I don't give a damn whether I gotta tape it at 6 in the morning, because when you make the decision to do the work, it ain't about no party. It ain't about no women. It ain't about no power. See, some people get these jobs and they get the power, then they want to party. When they get the power, they want to be about the women. When they get the power, no, it ain't about no power. I got power right now. I don't need that shit. It's about letting the people know we're going to be right on here on YouTube. Okay, here we go. The Luke Show, ladies and gentlemen, live from Capitol Hill. Here we go. Let's ride. Go back to my confines of my home and talk about what happened today and still talk about sports, politics, and entertainment, and still talk about University of Miami football and everything else. Yes, we going to do that. And y'all going to get on here and get on. We're going to have a bunch of crazies on here. Because once you elected, then the crazies come and y'all going to be the one to regulate the crazy. Get your crazy ass off here. Speaking of crazies, this shit right here.
A team named Nolan Wells is gone missing after hanging out with the worst group of friends you could possibly have. None of these guys remember anything. Nolan comes from a 2-parent household and is a great football player at Ocean Springs in Mississippi. These guys, who are his so-called friends, claim that he got off on the island with a group of girls and had on black shorts. They had his phone and let him go off with a group of girls. And if the only people that last seen you look like these guys, I'm from Mississippi, that's the worst possible thing that could ever happen. Look at this. They even told his mom that he had on black shorts and gave false information to the mom. And guess what? The police are being white Mississippi police, and they're just saying, oh, well, they're not even really investigating it. So she's reaching out through Facebook to get any information to try to search and find this child on her own. And some of these kids' parents are putting out rumors saying that he's found to get the heat off of them. Like I said, these are some of the worst people God ever made. Like they say, he don't make mistakes, but
It is. Listen, man. Listen. I have a 16-year-old. I have a 16-year-old. And I'm overprotective. I'm an overprotective dad. I know it's a bunch of things out here in the world. There's a bunch of my son's a good kid. I know everybody say that, but he's very humble. He's a very nice kid. He don't use no profanity. He don't mess around with no drugs. He don't mess with fast girls. He don't do anything. He plays baseball. He loves the game. He looks out for all of his friends. People come over. He's a very hospitable guy. Then he had a little girlfriend. I guess that's a whole nother movie there. But he goes to church with her and all that. Then there's the parties that some of the friends have. Then you got to look at some of the friends and all that because we know, number one, look, they need cars. Okay, do you get him a car? He's a responsible young man. You got to sit there and pray. Your child gonna get back home because you don't want him to get stopped by some police because I was losing my fucking mind if a police stop my child and go with that crazy shit. Oh, I don't know how I'll be, so because I know he gonna get in the car and go and come right back home. If he got friends, he got the right type of friends. He ain't got no fast Eddie friends who want to smoke and act like they tough and gang boys and all that there and everything. Because we know as parents, similar to this young man here, go out with some of his friends and they go and they get on the boat and boys gonna be boys and all that there. But then you do live in Mississippi. And then it gets to the point where they come back and the kid ain't came back. Your kid didn't come back. And all of a sudden, nobody knows nothing about nothing. They're so-called supposed to be your friend. And we think, and that young man thought, and his parents, him and his parents and him thought that these are my friends. We don't see color. We don't see anything. These are my friends. They go, and we know as men, we know when we go together, we come back home together. If we got to fight, we all fight. One fight, all fight. We don't leave no man behind. We don't have to be in the military to know that we do not leave no man behind. Get your ass in this car. We came together and we are going home together. So for this to happen, and we know, if the roles was reversed and it was 3 black kids and 1 white kid, and the white kid didn't come home, all them black kids' ass be in jail right now, are being interrogated, and everybody involved, their mama, their daddy, the dog at the house, the rats and the roaches or whatever the hell is in there, they all will be interrogated right now to this day. They'll be still interrogated. The boat would be interrogated, be sitting up there, have one police officer talking to the boat. Boat, what did you see? But I'm going to pray, and we need to pray that the Mississippi authorities is doing the right thing. Because these people that, you got judges, parents, deleted accounts. When they start deleting accounts, that's mean you're told by an attorney, they done lawyer it up. They done lawyer it up. And the lawyer say, delete all your social media accounts. You don't need to look at none of that shit. You see none of that shit. And we don't want you to be commenting, responding on a comment to anything that's going on there because you don't know how this shit's going to end. Don't say nothing to nobody. Let them all talk through me. But it's sad that it has to come to this because they should be talking to the kids he went on that boat with. The kids on that boat should be talking to his mother, to the kid who did not come back, mother. Their mothers and them should be sitting by the campfire saying, well, you know, what happened to my child? And I don't give a damn what color you are. If your child leave with 4 other boys and they getting ready to go to a party, what the fuck? Y'all left him there? If y'all got on a boat, where's Bobby? Me as a dad, if my child came back and my son left Bobby, hey, what the fuck is Bobby? Man, don't you do that, boss. Matter of fact, you need to get your ass in that car and go find Bobby right now. Or we're going to go find Bobby together. You don't ever leave no man behind. What the fuck are we doing? This world hasn't gotten that cute where that happens. I've been coaching kids for the last 20 years. And when they go to the store, they all go to the store and they all come back to the school. They all go to McDonald's. They all come back from McDonald's. And there'll be times where one person tried, why y'all at McDonald's fighting? Man, because one dude in there tried Bobo and, you know, and so you be like, you don't want to be going to McDonald's and fight. Y'all, what the hell y'all doing? I'm going to punish y'all and da-da-da and all that there and everything. But coach, we weren't gonna let him just beat up Bobo. And you have to put on that normally how it works. Even in this new generation, they're still doing that. So we know things are changing in this new generation, but you don't leave no man behind. So whatever the hell is going on, we hope that the authorities do the right thing and these judges in Mississippi do the right thing. We know we're talking about Mississippi. Lane Kiffin told y'all early on, it is difficult to get players to come to Mississippi and parents to come to Mississippi. He told y'all, Lane Kiffin told y'all how Mississippi is when he was coaching there. It's the harsh reality of it all. Lane Kiffin is a good friend of mine. And when he went to Mississippi, I said, Lane, I'm not coming there. All that Confederate flag shit, no, I'm not coming there. I ain't know, Lane. Lane, like, man, you can stay in Memphis and drive over. No, that's too much. Because the game might go late and then I got to ride through this shit here in the dark and all that. No.
Captured by what is, in my opinion, the greatest tournament in the world. And I think people are still going to be caught up in a level of soccer fever in this country, the likes of which we haven't seen in at least 32 years since the last home World Cup, and maybe ever. That is a success. The fact that during the group stage and the extended portion of the group stage, the round of 32, we had games where we not only won, but looked awesome and looked fun. Great. That part feels like and is a success as well.
You think, now, we're talking about soccer right now. I thought it was a success. The World Cup being here got everybody motivated, got people learning, even myself, even me. I sat up here and I'm fucking learning soccer. I thought I knew a little bit something about it, but I'm not no soccer guru. I'm looking at it. I'm still like, I only know 20% of it. But I know the stars come out in the knockout round. I know there's same thing as hate. Like on Ronaldo team, they had one little dude, he didn't want to pass the ball to Ronaldo because he wanted to be the star. That's what got their ass kicked out. I already know that was coming already. We saw that beef. I know that there's cheating because what they did last night. Ooh, woo. I know that there's the United States trying to find a way, but all these big stars are really not from here. Even the kid who Donald Trump Burt Wright, boy, that was some crazy shit. If Donald Trump tried to get Burt Wright taken away in the United States of America, on the same day the Supreme Court said, hell no, if you born here, you American. That's just the Constitution. And then Donald Trump turns back in and say, no, You need to let him play. A guy who was born here for 5 days because mama missed a flight, and he's technically an American because of birthright, and then he's been living in England all his life, and he's a star of the team. Unbelievable. Same thing with the guy from Mexico. They never let him be on the team because we're all sitting there like, black guy on Mexico? What the hell going on? Right? There ain't no other black person but Brazil or whoever it is, they threw him in the garbage, never brought him up to the team, and then he ends up going over there to Mexico and all that. So what this World Cup has shown us is two things from a standpoint of American. NFL, y'all better watch the fuck out. Because these boys making $40 and $50 million a year, and they're athletic. And if you can see this World Cup, there's a lot of black people in there. They let them African countries come in there. They expanded the field. I do know that part. And when they expanded the field, they let all these African countries come in there. People like Cape Verde and shit. Cape Verde literally created a team off LinkedIn and went that far. Went just as far as Americans. So the conversation becomes this get ready to be a thing for America? Well, American girls are dominant. No, it's never going to be a thing here in America. No. I'm sorry to break the news to y'all because it's a country club sport. You got to have a lot of money to play soccer. And all these soccer fields and all these football fields that they didn't hijack, even in the black community, they ain't letting the black people play. I know one dude, lawyer friend of mine, his son plays soccer. Can we play soccer? Yes. If we taught soccer, can we play it at a very high level? Yes, we can, because we're the most athletic people in the world, including all these foreigners. Because when you live in America and you drink this American water and this American juices and all that stuff like that, we got something in the water here that we are more athletic than anybody in America, in the world. We are superior than all on our worst day. So to teach us, and we learn the game of soccer, but we ain't gonna happen. That's not gonna happen, because when one of us start looking good, you know what happens? The European companies or teams sweep their ass up. They start getting them early. There was a story about a kid in Opelika, played football at the Ravens. I forget what the kid's name. He went out there messing around with soccer. Somebody saw that, and they took him and his mama, gave him $2 million and moved his ass somewhere else, and training him right now to be a world-class soccer player. So being that it's a country club sport, and the kids, they ain't gonna say it, and the kids in the black community and the poor communities can't afford to play, no, it's never gonna be a top sport here in the United States of America. They're gonna always have to go and get Americans who are playing overseas, who've been born here one day, and then get them to come play on their team. They gotta have to get the coaches. The coaching ain't even there, because the top coaches, you got to be a top player in order to be a top coach. You got to have played on a certain kind of level in order to be a top coach. You got to be able to keep your kids. This shit is worse than AAU. This is like AAU on steroids, because if it's one kid that shows some skill set and they could tell it early, then that kid is going to be living in Europe making millions of dollars. Sorry, it is what it is. On top of it, where ain't ever soccer moms with the little Pilates, doing Pilates and with mimosa up under the little teepee. Come on, Johnny. They're out because they don't want their child to play football. So it's going to be very hard. I don't like to say never put in my vocabulary, but until they go into the inner city and introduce soccer into the inner city, until they transition some of these kids, these athletic kids who play football and basketball, and say, hey, look here, man, let me introduce you to soccer, until they get some real resources, because it's almost similar to baseball. They replaced the black man with the Dominican man. which Dominicans can play. They're very, very fucking good. But is that good for the ticket sales? That is the question. Is it good for the ticket sales? That is the question. So they look like brothers, play like brothers, but we live in a country where it's black and white. And I don't subscribe to this 13% African Americans. We live in a country where it's black and white. And in football, the black guy's going against the white guy. And that's what brings people to the stands. Even if the black guy is on the white guy's team, then they're rooting for him, but it's Bird versus Magic Johnson that fills the arenas. It's Barry Bonds versus John Smoke. That fills the arenas. Doc Gooden versus you name it. That fills the arenas. It's black and white in this country. And so if the white guy's on the team and the black guy, we get excited for our own people. I'm sorry, it's no disrespect to nobody else. We get excited for our own people. So the NBA tries so hard to bring Europeans through San Antonio, OKC. That's why I was really rooting. I was really rooting for the fucking Knicks, and we don't supposed to root for the Knicks, but World Wide West is my guy. That's my friend. That's one of my best friends. I got to root for him. But it's black and white. So I was happy. It was the Americans versus the Europeans. Fuck that. That's how I was looking at that shit. Wambi and all that, man. You Frenchy, man. Okay, I'm okay. All right, but goddamn it. SKE, I couldn't get, we can't really get into that. What is it? SKE? We can't really get into him like that. We can't get into Wambi like that. Anybody want a fucking Wambi jersey? I'm sorry. That's what it is. We want Kyrie jersey. We want LeBron. So we're in America, we really gravitate to our own, and that's what's affecting baseball right now. Because baseball, yeah, we got all this going on, but you got no black guys playing. The black guys are the support, and they are the villains. Look at the WNBA. These girls got a ton of money because you brought two villains, Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark, white, black. That couldn't have been no European Caitlin Clark. The people, the white people of America wouldn't be like, oh, we're going to just go hard for a European Caitlin Clark. They ain't going hard for no European white girl. Black people ain't going hard for no black Hispanic. That ain't bringing nobody to the baseball field. Ain't nobody buying. I mean, Dominican players, I love them. They play at a very high level. But ain't no black kid buying no Dominican player jersey. And ain't no white kids buying them jerseys. They ain't going to the stadium to see them. That's why the Marlins can't get a dog in there. They got a good team. I go there, me and my son, I love it. But that's just America. America is based on black and white when it comes to sports. And if you don't do that, your sport will suffer. That's why the sorry-ass Dolphins will fill up the stadium. That's what it is. And so when it comes to soccer, you got to go into the community and get these kids. Even with baseball, you better start getting your ass back into the community. You better start making a pathway for these African Americans to get back into the game if you want asses in the seats. Because you just disenfranchise the entire community. You just say, okay, fuck it. Yes, some cities you're going to get people, but in most cities, you want everybody there. Baseball used to be the thing. When they had the Negro League was so goddamn popular that they had to take the Negro League and bring it into the white league. And then that's when the shit really went crazy. It was almost like when they brought Caitlin Clark to the WNBA. But soccer, until you introduce these African-American kids, I'm just saying.
He was nervous and scared to death the whole match, like his entire team against Paraguay. They couldn't even score a goal. They won by a fluke. The only thing many of us demanded of the Albiroja is not to have slapped him open-handed after the match ended, and that's despite not being a soccer fan. Oh, she wasn't done. The brute didn't even learn to write. Instead of mother's milk, he sucked on coconuts. And the most educated thing he heard were chimpanzees. That is fucking racist. You should have shown him the finger, Orlando Gill. I do it in the Senate and nothing happens. Then Mbappe would respond. Then I'll get to her doubling down. Madame Celeste Amarilla, he wrote, you are a despicable woman and unworthy of your position. You do not represent Paraguay, the country which has sweated passion and honor throughout the competition. Through your recklessness and your brazen racism, the entire world has already forgotten the journey and the historic effort that your players accomplished during this World Cup, making way for an incompetent woman who gives the worst possible image of her country. I will never allow people like her the freedom to spread their hatred and racism across the world. So then, the senator issued an open letter. Here's what it says. I realized I was repeating the very behavior that I despise, so I deleted the post. I understand that it upset you because it was humiliating. Now I expect you to do the same. Withdraw your remarks and apologize to me. I will not tolerate your aggression. You have no idea who I am, and you have no right to say that, in all caps, I am a despicable woman unworthy of the office I hold. She would continue. This is gender-based violence. Plain and simple. It's political violence against a woman who reached her position through the votes of her people. Retract your remarks, honor your French citizenship, and apologize to me. Otherwise, I may begin legal proceedings on the grounds of gender-based violence.
Gender-based violence. You jump out there and say some sick shit like that. Now I'm the victim. I am so hurt. You jump out that car and Bobby, you suck on monkey juice. No, coconut juice. That's the other part of soccer. It is absolutely racist. It's been racist. It ain't been, I think that's why I didn't gravitate to it, because I heard so many racist stories when it came to soccer. I heard so many racist stories, so many stories about people throwing bananas on the field in Europe, nobody doing nothing, calling the black players all kind of names in them stadiums, nobody did nothing. And even now, you saw the kid Speed. Speed was at a Argentina game, and Argentina is known for being racist. Speed goes out to the Argentina game, and they're just going at him hard, calling him every kind of monkey, doing monkey gestures and all kind of stuff like that, which was absolutely horrible. I can't make this up. But yet and still, everybody's mad. We are doing it. I had to do that. I had to push the button. I had to push the button. Young Mary, that's my shit. I had to push the button. You know, I have it queued up. I'm gonna get flagged. I don't own the music. That's Young Miami music. I'm gonna call up my sister. I gotta call Young Miami up, because you know what? I was talking to Joy Reid last night. I got to get Young Miami. We got to get all these young people to get a whole new base of voters in. We got to get all young people, and y'all too. We get a whole brand new young voting base. We could take over this shit. We could take over the world. If we get all Young Miami fans, all Cardi B fans, not just vote for somebody. No. Get them to actually vote. Get them to actually register. And we fucking can make some things happen. You're being hypocritical. Why am I being hypocritical? Why am I being hypocritical? Please tell me, chat. Please tell me, whatever your name is. You ain't even got no picture on your name. You just saying shit. You just some troll. You a troll. You trolling right now. You get a picture. Let me get you off here. You ain't even got a picture. Only person can even comment if you got a picture. Matter of fact, I'm gonna block your ass because you a troll. You don't got a picture. Get a picture. Get a like. Get a picture in your life. Get a picture in your life. You want to be hypocritical? Oh, God. Supporting the message of scammers. Really? I'm supporting scam. I like the song. I don't support scamming. I don't support stealing. I don't support anything criminal. I like the song. I'm sorry. Ricky, get a picture. Get a picture. Hold on. I'm about to almost block Globe trying to block Ricky. Ricky Martin. I like the song. Dude, I like a lot of songs. Hey, you, suck me all night long. Yeah. I like the song. I like the riff. I'm an artist. I'm a producer. I like the artistic value of it all. It's like I like Arnold Schwarzenegger when he in movies shooting up everybody. I like Denzel Washington when he out there beating everybody up and shooting everybody and fighting and all that. Denzel Washington shot a whole bunch of people one time and just sat down and waited for the man to come in, and the man's little son shot him. And then he went and got himself together, and then he shot up a whole bunch of people who were affecting the community. That's who I am. Art is art. It's art. And when you see art, and remember when Denzel Washington was in that Training Day? You got the wrong motherfucker to fuck with. Or whatever he said. He played a crooked cop. Oh, you looked at Training Day and now you're supporting crooked cops. You're supporting crooked cops. You're a hypocrite. You're this and you're that. No, I like the entertainment of it all. Is there art imitates life? Is there such thing as boosters? Yeah. Boosters have been coming in the barbershop all my life, selling shoes, selling satellite cards, selling brick phones, selling this, selling that. Some of your most famous rappers were boosters, and I got the video to prove it. So don't give me that. And half of y'all bought the shit from the boosters. Booster go to the store. Hey, look at Booster go to the store. I don't buy booster stuff. I buy the stuff I can't afford to buy. You old enough to know better. Stop it. Oh my God. Another person with a green dot. What? Y'all trolls need to get another thing, something. You need to stop. I'm old enough to know that art imitates life. How does art imitate life in that song? Scammers. There are scammers. Do I support scammers? Hell no, I don't support scammers because I dread the day that you scam my credit card or swipe my shit. I have a heart attack around here. But do they exist? Yes, they do. Do boosters exist? Am I buying stuff from somebody who stole some stuff or send somebody in the store to steal some stuff? No, I don't support that because people at those stores, the store need to make money and the store need to do what? Store need to make money and they need to do what? Pay employees. So I don't support that. But do it exist? Yes, it does. So if you put it in an art form, in a song where we all singing and all this. Yeah, the beat good and the rhyme good and all that. Okay, come on, get a life. Get a fucking life. Don't stop it.
No, it's okay. You just let her go. What's the most somebody's ever spent on you?
The most in one day? I can say it on here? The most I ever received from somebody was $70,000 cash. $7,000. And I'll show it to you, proof on my phone.
What the fuck?
Woo lady! Woo lady! Woo lady! I'm not showing them no more woo ladies. So. Because then y'all gonna be after me with woo lady. Woo lady, go to her page and woo lady, that is. And then they're gonna say, oh, look, woo lady, are you supporting them? No, woo lady is, go to her page. WooLadyTV.com. Young people having fun. God bless the young girl Bree Soul, that young girl on that video there. Living her life, having a beautiful time in life. Somebody took her life over the weekend, over the 4th of July weekend. So my condolence goes out to her, her family, and anybody that was injured in this situation. I just love when our young people are creative enough to be able to expand their popularity without hurting anybody. That young lady wasn't hurting nobody. She wasn't out there fighting nobody. She wasn't out there scamming nobody. She just was a streamer. And people loved her. They loved her content. And she was unalived. There's nothing that little girl, 21 years old, could have done to hurt anybody's feelings or take something from somebody or put her in a situation where her life should have been taken so early. And so, again, people often ask, why you running for Congress? It's the quality of life. Because if we better the quality of life, then these young people wouldn't be running around the community unaliving other young people. Because if I'm making 6 figures, I ain't thinking about unaliving nobody. I'm thinking about how can I make another 6 figures? If the quality of life is on a certain level, then the only time I'm pulling my gun out is when I'm going hunting. And see, a lot of times we be in these situations and we wonder why these young people are getting unalived and at the height of their career and they're being so successful. They're not getting unalived. Tupac didn't get unalived by somebody that was just as successful as he was. Biggie Small didn't get unalived by somebody just as successful as he was. No, they got unalived by people who envied them. Because I don't know too many people who are making 6 figures and making a good life and have good families at home that are going to unalive people. Now, there are some people that do that, and you'd be like, but most of those people who do that, they think they're above the law. They think they can get away with anything. And you know who those people are. So that happened. Girl, the young lady is from my district. And people, these things often remind me as to why you're running. I'm making a sacrifice. And Lord knows if God himself put me in the seat, that I'm going to make the quality of life better for each and every one of these young people and the adults and the seniors, because that is my job. I know how to fix these problems because I've did it before. Everybody just wants to talk about it, but you got to be about it. You got to have been creative enough and you got to know about it. You got to know what these young people want. You got to know what makes them tick. You got to know the things that they love doing. You can't preach things to them. You got to look at these young people and say, what do you like doing? They all want to make money. They all want to be successful. They all want to enjoy the American dream. They all want to live comfortable. They all want to have families. But the depression of society brings them down to a point where they have no regard for life and have no regard for another person's life. It's because they literally have given up on society. They have given up on the world. They have no problem going to prison. They have no problem getting their life taken away. It's more like damn near a suicide mission that a lot of these young people on because they are mentally depressed. And elected officials haven't did anything to address it. Everybody want to talk about fentanyl, but how about addressing mental illness? And that's when it comes to black and white kids. To take a gun and go unalive another kid means you have no regards for the law. You have no regards for life. You know where you're going. You know there's a camera everywhere. You know somebody's going to talk. And eventually you will be incarcerated for the rest of your life. That means you've given up. When you made that decision to go and take this young lady's life and any other life that's been taken. That's saying, yes, it's sad, but that is saying that for these young people to act out in this way, we have to address the elephant in the room, that these kids are suffering from mental health. Because the same person doesn't do that. You can become successful, now you got to watch your ass. You a little girl being successful, now you got to move like you ain't never had to move before because this success, damn, that happened overnight. So you don't know how to protect yourself like me as an artist or Jay-Z or some other artist or Taylor Swift or Travis Kelce or Lamar Jackson have to move in a certain type of way and be around certain type of people and can't do certain things. That young lady didn't know that because success had came so quick. We learn these things through trial and error. She doesn't have an opportunity to, she doesn't have the opportunity. She's gone. We lost a young lady. In her name, we have to do better. This society has to do better. We have to be responsible. And so I'm trying to be better. I'm trying to do better. I'm trying to help my people. But without your support, without the people's support, I'm doing my job. I'm doing my part. I'm making an attempt to change the quality of life of people in Congressional District 20. And I expect what I do in my district, it will be done in every other district in America because it has to start with me. Just like every other program that I did when I created Hip Hop in the South, it started with me. Everybody else wanted to own and operate their own company. They didn't inspire to do that. It started with me. Started with me when I went forth for free speech. Started with me when I put the parental advisory sticker on an album cover because it started with me when we were cussing and saying what we wanted to say on the record and going to jail for it. Started with me. So it has to start somewhere else. And now you see what you see right now. So I'm always going to defend the right to artists and their artistical expression, the way they express in an artistic way. So that's why I be laughing when people say, oh, where's the experience? Experience right there. Don't get no better experience. Ladies and gentlemen, that's my show. Make sure you go to my website, www.luthercampbellforcongress.com. Make a contribution, $5. I got to win this thing. Make a contribution, $5. Go to www.luthercampbellforcongress.com. I'll become a volunteer. Make some robot phone calls for me. I love it. And we got to get these young people energetic to vote. If you have a platform, if you're on social media, if you live in this district, hey, look, man, get on there and tell people, tell these young people, tell these adults, hey, look, we know you're upset. We know you're mad. We know you're mad about the Democratic Party. You know mad about the political process. But right now, this is the time. This is the time. I'm taking the bull by the horn and going out there to be the voice of reason, to be the voice of change. And I expect y'all to play a role in this. So get on your social media page. Hey, look here, man. Man, we vote for Uncle Luke. Create a movement. Go and share it and all that. Do a testimony. Tell people about the story. Tell people about what you know about me. Get people active and activated. Put that in the algorithm. We need to have the algorithm jumping. These mail-in ballots are going out next week at the beginning of the week. We need people. We need to create a movement on your social media page. I don't care if you got 100 followers or you got 5,000. We need to create that. And hashtag Congressional District 20. Put it in the algorithm. Let's create a fucking algorithm movement. That's my show, ladies and gentlemen. I enjoyed myself right here. Remember, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, this is yours truly, the Uncle Luke Show podcast. It is brought to you by Luke Records and LukeRecord.com. Go to Luke Records, LukeRecord.com. Get all your Luke Record paraphernalia, the hats, the shorts, the shirts, and everything like that. Go to LukeRecords.com. Get all your paraphernalia. Hey, remember, if you want to be a part of my congressional run and my congressional campaign, make sure you go to my website, www.luthercampbellforcongress.com, and be a part of the movement. Just come on and be a part of it. Hey, shouts out to everybody on Facebook, my Facebook page. I love you all over there, fan page. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. I need the likes and the shares and the subscribes, okay? Especially you people over there on YouTube, because my numbers need to go up on YouTube. I don't understand why I only have so many. I ain't even in the triple figures. I ain't even in the hundreds of thousands on YouTube, so we need to get those numbers up. And all my good friends on Twitch, I love y'all. I don't even have Twitch on my app, but I have y'all on here. All my good people, shouts out to all my good people over there on Twitter. That's where all the media, they sit there and listen to the show to see if they can get something on the show, and so they can drag me. But unfortunately, I love being dragged. Just spelling ain't right. This is yours truly, Uncle Luke. This is the Luke Show. Thank you for joining us. In the words of Walter Cronkite, may the good news. Peace. I love y'all. Hey, lawyer, you got something to say?
The next great congressman from the state of Florida, and his name will be Luther Campbell. I'm civil rights attorney Ben Crump, often referred to as Black America's Attorney General. I grew up in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, went to high school at South Plantation High School. My dad still lives in Parkway. We want to make sure we have a strong advocate from our community who understands our culture to go fight for us in the United States Congress. So make sure you go vote for Uncle Luke Campbell for Congress on August 18th.